Alright, Shalom Akim. First and foremost, we want to begin this video by giving all praise, honor, and glory to our power, Yahawah, Ba'ashem, Yahawashi, Ba'ashem, Rakakadash. We want to send double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who rule well. And Shalom to all you brothers, you Akim out there that's teaching and living the word of Yahawah, Ba'ashem, Yahawashi in all truth and in sincerity. And as always, Yahawah is the true name of the Heavenly Father who the world just calls God. Alright, and Yahawashi is his beloved son, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. Alright, those are the true names in the ancient Paleo-Hebrew, and the only names you can call on these last days in order for you to be saved, man. Alright, and the gods of the Bible, they're the gods of the Israelites. The Israelites today, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, according to the Spirit, according to the prophecies that's written within the Scriptures, man. Alright, and Ba'ashem Rakakadash just means in the name of the Holy Spirit, where we draw inspiration from to do videos and teach and edify our people, mainly the elect of the nation of Israel. Okay, so pretty much in this lesson we want to get into a lesson concerning being faithful to Yahawah Ba'ashem Yahawashi in the day of temptation. All right, because what the so-called white man, who is Esau Edom, according to the scriptures, is going to do really soon. All right, according to the scriptures, when you read Revelation, the 13th chapter, he's going to push on the people what the scriptures describe as the mark of the beast. Now, many people know about the mark of the beast, but many people don't understand what it is. All right, the mark of the beast, according to the scriptures, is the RFID chip, okay, aka the Vera chip. All right, the little device that's the size of a grain of rice that pretty much is going to store information. Is going to be used as a tracking device. It's going to be used as pretty much it's going to store all of your information. All right, as a citizen of the United States, all right, or anywhere in the world, okay? So the so-called white man is pretty much, he's going to push that on the people as a part of his New World Order, okay? But we know that that chip is written about in the book of Revelation, like I mentioned, man, all right? And for brothers that are in this truth and know and understand this thing, we know not to take that chip, man, okay? Because according to the scriptures, taking that chip is a form of idolatry, man, okay? Is a form of basically you bowing down to the system in the image of the so-called white man. Okay. Now we're going to go into some scriptures, go into some examples on how we're not supposed to take that chip, and we're not supposed to pretty much bow down to this system, man, and only bow down and worship our power, Yahawah Ba'ashem Yahawashi, man. All right, so the first scripture we want to get into is Revelation, the 13th chapter. All right, and Lord willing, this lesson will be edifying, man. All right.
This is Revelation 13 and 16. And he causes all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond.
Read kind of slow.
It's a lot, huh? It says, this is Revelation 13 and 16. It says, and he caused all, both small and great, rich and poor.
Right, so the he that actually started
15?
Yeah.
Okay, this is Revelation 13 and 15. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast shall both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed.
Right, so pretty much what this verse is going into is, like it mentioned, the beast. All right, and what is the beast? The beast is pretty much the power structure of the so-called white man. All right, and it's basically NATO and the EU. Okay, and NATO is pretty much spearheaded by America. Okay, so the beast in this scripture is referring to the so-called white man's power structure, wherein he rules, where he rules from. Okay. And that's control over the entire world right now, man. All right, and the image of the beast is basically talking about this so-called white man's system, his philosophies, his doctrines, his way of ruling the world, man. His vibrations that he's pushing out on the people, man. All right, when it comes to religion, idolatry, adultery. All right, all these things are vibrations that the so-called white man pushes out on the rest of the people, man. All right, and it's all a part of his image. Okay, it's all a part of his system. Okay, so read again.
Revelation 13 and 15. It says, and he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed.
Yeah, so this is pretty much going into the end times that we're entering into, because the so-called white man, pretty soon, he's going to try to initiate his new world order, his new world order, okay? And his new world order, a part of it is getting the people to take this RFID chip, man, all right? And it's going to be a lot of shit going down. People are going to be getting thrown in concentration camps and being tried, all right? And a part of when people actually get thrown in those concentration camps, all right, you're going to be presented with the RFID chip, all right? Now, at first, it's going to be a voluntary thing. You know, they're going to try to ease it in on the people, make it look cool, make it look smooth, you know? But eventually, he's going to make this thing mandatory, man, all right? Because the so-called white man's goal is to have complete control over every human being on the entire planet, man. Because in his mind, all right, he's God, okay? He's God, and he has the power over everybody. So the last thing that he wants to try to do is physically use something to as a stamp, all right, to basically show that everybody is his slave, man, all right? He's God, right? And then everybody else is his subjects, man, and his slaves, all right? So it's basically a sign of perpetual enslavement, all right? So when the times have come, right, if you don't take that chip, all right, because when he comes down with great wrath, the so-called white man, he ain't going to be playing in that day, man, all right? He's going to come down with great wrath, like the scriptures say in Revelation 12. And if you don't take that chip, like it said, if you don't bow down to his image, right, you're going to be killed, okay? You can either be tortured to death, you can get your head chopped off, you can get gunned down, it don't matter. The so-called white man, if you don't take this chip, he's going to destroy you, okay? He's got plans on killing you, okay? But keep going.
This is 16, it says, and he calls all both small and great, rich and poor.
Right, so he calls it all, both small and great. Again, the he that is talking about is the so-called white man, all right? AKA the devil, AKA Satan, okay? Go ahead.
Rich and poor, free and bond.
So he's going to cause all, both small and great, right? Whether you're small in this society or whether you're great in this society, all right? It said rich and poor, whether you're rich, whether you're poor, all right? Read from there.
Free or bond.
Free and bond, whether you out as a regular citizen in the world free, or whether you're somebody that's locked up in the prison system, okay? Go ahead.
To receive a mark in their right hand or in their forehead.
Boom. So receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, okay? So this is essentially what the mark of the beast is referring to, this mark right here, okay? Now, when you go into the word mark, right, you go into the word mark, it's talking about something physical, man. Like I mentioned earlier, it's going to be, it's the RFID chip. The word mark right here is charagma, okay? Which means an imprinted mark, a stamp, or something that's staked in, okay? And if you know anything about the RFID chip, it has to be injected into your hand, man, all right, in order for you to receive it, okay? So he's going to cause all, small and great, rich and poor, free and bond to receive that mark, okay? That stamp, that RFID chip, man, all right? It says in their right hands or in their forehead, all right? So it's going to go either in your right hand, all right, or in your forehead. Or really, if you take the chip anywhere, all right, if you take the chip, period, all right, you going off, okay? But go ahead, keep reading.
It says, this is 17, it says, and that no man might buy or sell, he that had the mark.
Say he that had the mark. Go ahead.
And he that had and that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name.
Right. So pretty much this is in order for you pretty soon, all right, in the near future, okay, if you don't have that RFID chip, if you don't take that chip, you're not going to be able to operate in society regularly, man. All right. So it said you're not going to be able to buy, right? You're not going to be able to purchase anything in the world. All right. You're not going to be able to go down, to your local convenience store or your 7-Eleven and purchase drinks or a bag of chips or cigarettes or whatever, unless you have that mark, right? And also it goes for the vendor as well. All right. The person that's selling it, they're not going to be able to operate and sell anything unless their system that they're using is off of the RFID chip, man. All right, because the person that's buying is going to make the transaction, and then the way that you're going to receive the money is by having the mark. So you're not going to be able to buy or sell save he that had the mark. All right, but we know that according to the scriptures, all right, like we mentioned earlier, taking that RFID chip is part of the image of the beast, man. All right, because it's going to be pretty much a new way of living on the planet Earth, man. All right. So we know that according to the scriptures that we're not supposed to take that chip, man. All right, that it's idolatry, okay, and it's pretty much bowing down to like it said, the image and the ways of the so-called white man. All right, can you grab what was the one I grabbed? I told you to get after that.
Second Esdras.
Yeah, right, because it's going to come to a time where we're going to be tried, man. All right, we're going to be tried, and some brothers are going to be hemmed up, man. All right, and we're going to be tested in taking that RFID chip, man. We're going to be tempted in taking that, man. All right.
This is 2nd Esdras 16 and 68. It says, "For behold, the burning wrath of a great multitude is kindled over you." Is this one in?
Yeah. So it says, "For the burning wrath of a great multitude." Right. So that's basically, again, when you read Revelation, the 12th chapter, it's talking about the devil's going to come down with great wrath because he knows that he has but a short time. So he's going to initiate martial law, right? And he's going to have a lot of his soldiers and all of that out on the streets, man. All right? And they're going to be destroying and killing a lot of people out here, man. Putting a lot of people to death, man. All right? They're going to have a lot of these soldiers in these concentration camps and whatnot. All right? A lot of these troops, all right? Basically bringing all hell to these Americans out here, man. All right?
It says, "For behold, the burning wrath of a great multitude is kindled over you, and they shall take away certain of you, and feed you, being idle with things offered unto idols."
Right, so it says they shall take away certain of you. So some of us are going to be taken away, man. All right? Meaning we're going to be hemmed up, okay? And hauled off to concentration camps, man. All right? That's it said they shall take away certain of you and feed you. All right? Basically feed you or try to persuade you to take that RFID chip. Okay? It said feed you being idle. Okay? Because that's pretty much what it's going into, being in that concentration camp, man. Being idle, being still wherever we are, man. All right? It said, offer you or feed you with things offered unto idols, man. All right, basically try to persuade you to take the chip, all right, which is worshiping the so-called white man. All right, anything that's a creation on the planet Earth, all right, whether it's a man or an animal or whatever, a vegetable, whatever the fuck, it's idolatry if you worship it, man. All right. So the so-called white man is going to try to present us or try to persuade us to take that chip, man, in that day. All right? And that's a thing that's offered unto an idol, pretty much that idol being his image and himself, man. Because remember, we mentioned earlier that he's trying to make himself God and make everybody a perpetual slave underneath him, man. Okay? And that's it on that. Now, can you grab that Daniel's 3?
This is Daniel's chapter 3.
It's like it. I just want to give a quick background or a preview, because pretty much this is going into the account of Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, man. All right, which were basically Israelites. All right, Israelites that were in the Babylonian captivity, man, under the rule of a king named Nebuchadnezzar. Okay, so go ahead.
This is Daniel's chapter 3, starting at verse 1. It said, "Nebuchadnezzar, the king, made an image of gold, whose height was 60 cubits, and the breadth thereof 6 cubits. He set it up in the plain of Deran, in the province of Babylon.
So you had the king Nebuchadnezzar who set up an image of gold. All right, set up an image of gold, and pretty much it's going to go into what he made people to do to it. All right, go ahead.
Then Nebuchadnezzar the king sent to gather together the princes, the governors, and the captains, the judges, the treasurers, the counselors, the sheriffs, and all the rulers of the province to come to the dedication of the image which Nebuchadnezzar the king had set up.
Yeah, so basically you can compare that to the so-called white man, all right, basically wanting everybody to come and worship the image of the beast when he brings that RFID chip, man, when he brings his new world order. Okay, go ahead.
Then the princes, the governors, and the captains, the judges, the treasurers, the counselors, the sheriffs, and all the rulers of the provinces were gathered together unto the dedication of the image that Nebuchadnezzar the king had set up. And they stood before the image that Nebuchadnezzar had set up. Then an herald cried aloud, "To you it is commanded, O people, nations, and languages, that at what time ye hear the sound of the corner, flute, harp, sackbut, psaltery, dulcimer, and all the kinds of music, ye fall down and worship the golden image that Nebuchadnezzar the king had set up."
So this king, he basically made it a commandment. He made it a commandment, man, for everybody to come and worship this image, man. Okay, go ahead.
"And whoso falleth not down and worshipeth shall the same hour be cast into the midst of a burning fiery furnace."
So, hey, read that again.
"And whoso falleth not down and worshipeth shall the same hour be cast into the midst of a burning fiery furnace."
Yeah, and that's just basically the same thing, man. Like we read in Revelation the 13th chapter. He's going to call all that don't worship the image of the beast should be killed. Okay? So this basically is just showing you that there's no new thing under the sun, man. The spirit of the Babylon, which America is Babylon the Great, all right, everything is reincarnated, all right, into this modern day kingdom, man. All right, you got Egypt, all right, Egypt, Sodom and Gomorrah, all right. Those kingdoms are all, and also Rome and Greece, all those kingdoms and everything, the vibration that they pushed off is all here in America, man. All right, and it's no different for Babylon as well. Okay, go ahead.
Verse 7, "Therefore at that time, when all the people heard the sound of the cornet, flute, harp, sackbut, psaltery, and all kinds of music, all the people, the nations, and the languages fell down and worshipped the golden image that Nebuchadnezzar the king had set up. Wherefore, at that time, certain Chaldeans came near and accused the Jews.
Go ahead.
They spake and said to the king Nebuchadnezzar, O king, live forever. Thou, O king, hast made a decree that every man that shall hear the sound of the cornet, flute, harp, sackbut, psaltery, and dulcimer, and all kinds of music, shall fall down and worship the golden image. And whoso falleth not down and worshipeth, that he should be cast into the midst of a burning fiery furnace. There are certain Jews whom thou hast set over the affairs of the province of Babylon, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. These men, O king, have not regarded thee.
These men, O king, have not regarded thee. So in their mind, they're thinking, because these are righteous men here that we're talking about. They knew and understood the law, statutes, and commandments of Yahawah, man. All right, and they knew as Israelites that they were commanded to not worship any other god, all right, or any image, okay, but Yahawah, Ba'ashem Yahawashi, man. All right, so they had it in their minds like, fuck that, we ain't going to do that, man. We ain't going to worship that. Go ahead.
They serve not the gods, nor worship the golden image which thou hast set up. Then Nebuchadnezzar, in his rage and fury, commanded to bring Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. Then they brought these men before the king. Nebuchadnezzar spake and said unto them, Is it true, O Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego? Do not ye serve my gods, nor worship the golden image which I have set up?
Yeah, and this also, you know, through the Spirit can be compared to when the Lord said, you know, you shall be brought before kings, man, all right, to give an account, you know. And that's exactly that's what's going to be happening, man. Or like we said, nothing new under the sun, all right. Just how they were brought before King Nebuchadnezzar for not wanting to bow down, all right. We're going to go through that same thing as well, man, all right. Go ahead.
Verse 15. Now if ye be ready, that at what time ye hear the sound of the cornet, flute, harp, sackbut, psaltery, and dulcimer, and all kinds of music, ye fall down and worship the image which I have made. Well, but if ye worship not, ye shall be cast the same hour into the midst of a burning fiery furnace. And who is that power that shall deliver you out of my hands?
Yeah, so who is that power that should be able to deliver you out of my hands, man? All right. So basically, they didn't know nothing about Yahawah, man. They didn't know nothing about the God that Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego served, man, and how anybody that put their trust in Yahawashi, all right, was going to receive a salvation through him, man. All right. If you trust in Yahawashi, all right, he's going to deliver you from punishments, man. All right. Because we're going to be, like we're going to get some scriptures later, we're going to be tested, man. We're going to be tempted, all right? But we got to be faithful to the Lord unto death, man, all right? And there's going to be some times that, you know, Lord, or some brothers, you know, they're going to be tempted and actually be delivered out of this situation, man, all right? But we just got to maintain our trust in the Lord, man, all right? But keep going on that.
Verse 16, Shadrach, Meshach, Abednego answered and said to the king, O Nebuchadnezzar, we are not careful to answer thee in this matter.
Yeah, they was like, man, we bold with what we about to say, you know, because they knew that Yahawah was the only true and living power, man, and they knew, and like I said, they knew and they trusted in the Lord, man. All right, and they were bold, like the scriptures say. You know, when you trust in the Most High, you bold as a lion, man. You know. Go ahead.
If it be so, our power whom we serve is able to deliver us from the burning fiery furnace, and he will deliver us out of thine hand, O king. But if not, be it known unto thee, O king, that we will not serve thy power, nor worship the golden image which thou hast set up.
So whether I believe it's saying, like, whether the Most High delivered us or not, we still not gonna bow down to your image, man, because it's a commandment, you know.
Yeah, you got a precept? Yeah, this is Exodus 20:5. Thou shalt not bow down thyself to them, nor serve them, for I, the Lord, thy power, am a jealous power, visiting the iniquity of the fathers upon the children unto the third and fourth generation of them that hate me.
So it's all about serving the Most High, man. All right, it's all about serving Yahawashi and not bowing down unto any of these idols, man. All right, that's a commandment, man. You're only supposed to serve and yield the knee and bow down to Yahawashi, man. All right, because like the scripture tell you in Psalms, I believe it's 65, that all the gods of the nations are merely idols, man. They don't breathe. They see not. They hear not. You know, they're not living. They're dead. Okay, but Yahawashi, all right, in heaven is the creator of the heavens and the earth. Are the only true living powers that we're supposed to bow down to, man. And we know that according to the scriptures, there are judgments, all right, like the scripture said, visiting the iniquity upon the children unto the third and fourth generation. There's judgment for not basically serving Yahawashi, man. All right. So Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, they were not careful to, you know, we're gonna tell you straight up, man. You know. And they said that whether the Most High delivered us or not, we still not going to bow down to you, man. All right? That was it?
No, there's a little more on it. It says, and showing mercy unto thousands of them that love me and keep my commandments.
And this is going to be a canon we're going to read later. All right? They showed an example of love. And we know that love, according to the scriptures, is the keeping of the Most High's commandments, man. All right? That's it?
Yeah, that's it, man.
Keep going on
verse 19. Then was Nebuchadnezzar full of fury, and the form of his visage was changed against Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. Therefore he spake and commanded that they should heat the furnace 17 times more than it was want to be heated.
So this king was pissed, man. He was like, oh hell no, you don't want to bow down and serve me. You know, go and turn that thing up 7 times 7, man. You know, basically he had in his mind, you gonna do what I tell you to do. You know, I don't care what God you serve. I'm your God, and you need to do what I tell you to do, man. You know, so he was wroth and he was angry that they were being rebellious, but they were just being confident in Yahawashi, man. That's the same spirit that we gotta have, man. If we're presented with death, we gotta be bold until the end, man. You know. And you know, there's also accounts like, just going kind of a little side note, there's accounts in the book of Maccabees, you know, where brothers were bold, man. You know, when the 7 Maccabees brothers were about to be put to death, or being put to death, man, all of them, man, were just bold as hell how they went out, man. You know, because they were confident and trusted in Yahawashi, man, and they didn't fear death at the end of the day, man, because they knew at the end of it, there's a reward, man. There's a reward for obeying the Lord, man. Okay, and not you know, yielding the knee and bowing down to men. All right, in the will of men. Okay, but read that verse again.
Verse 19. Then was Nebuchadnezzar full of fury, and the form of his visage was changed against Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. Therefore he spake and commanded that they should heat the furnace 17 times more than it was wont to be heated.
Now our deaths, you know, if we're presented with something, it could be, you know, something like this, you know, or the so-called white man could have us tortured, man, you know, or he could have us lined up in a what do you call it? Where you get lined up to get shot?
Squad.
A firing squad, right? We can get lined up in a firing squad, man. You know, or however, you know, death is presented to us, man. It don't matter, man. You know. But however it comes, man, we gotta, you know, look at death bold in the face, man. You know, and it's easy to say that, but you know, we really gotta, you know, meditate on that and really trust, you know, in that thought, in that idea, man. If we're ever presented with death, that we just gotta be bold with it, man. All right, and just that's it.
Can I say something?
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. You know, mostly like, you know, it's easier said than done, but, you know, you got to meditate on it, and you got to pray to the Most High that He give you the spirit to endure whatever it is you're going to endure. You know, that you take it as a man, you know, and He just gave some prime examples of men that did that in the past, and you know, so if ever confronted with a situation like that, you know, just pray that the Most High give you that bold spirit to be able to handle that situation.
Yeah. And if you do get presented with death, the scriptures say the Most High not going to put nothing on you that you can't handle, man. You know, if you've been faithful all the way until that point, you know that you've been doing the work, man. There's really no reason to doubt and to interfere, man. Your trust and your faith should be on point at that time, man. All right? So, hey, man, it's easier said than done, like we're saying, but like the brother said, you got to pray for those things as well, man. All right? Because that's a spirit, that's an energy. All right, that energy and that spirit, you can only get that from Yahawashi, man. All right, so you have to pray for that, man. All right, and that's what this grace period is for. It's a time for us to put up prayers to the Most High, man. You know, to ask Him to you know, give us all boldness in the day of evil, man. You know, to help me to put my trust in You, man. All right, Scriptures say I will not trust in my bow. Or none of that, man. No weapons. We won't trust in Yahawashi. I'm not putting my trust in, you know, in anything carnal, pretty much, man. All right? But all of our faith and our trust is supposed to be in the Lord, man. All right?
Can I say something?
Yeah.
That's kind of like that movie, The Kings, what is it, 3?
The Kingsman?
Yeah, The Kingsman. You know, they was on the track, and they were just, one of them, he couldn't hold it to the end.
Yeah.
Then that last one, you know, he held on the way up to death, but then, and that's how the Most High He could be to us, you know. Yeah. He be like, hey man, you know, like I tricked you, kind of like, you know, or will.
Because you're gonna have some dude that's gonna bitch up, man. Yeah. Like the apostles always go into it, man. You're gonna have guys that are gonna, they out in the streets right now, and they preaching the word bold, but when shit hits the fan and they really get tested, man, they gonna fold, man. They're gonna fold, man. All right, and that's why the scriptures talk about then shall they be known who are my chosen, man. The apostles just put up video recently about that, man. You know, so this thing is about enduring till death, man. It's about going all the way to death, man. And you're going to have guys that, like I said, going to bitch up, man. And that's because they never had the Spirit, man. You know, they never had the Spirit. All right? To really, you know, go out bold for the Lord, man. All right? But that's pretty much it. Go ahead. You got it.
I got a piece. Go ahead.
You want to give it?
Yeah, I got this is Psalms 18:2. It says, Yahawah is my rock, and my fortress, and my deliverer, my power, my strength, in whom I will trust, my buckler, and my horn of my salvation, and my high tower.
Yep, the power of my salvation, man. All right. So our salvation comes through Yahawashi, man. And that's like the scripture saying, we have to trust in the Lord. All right. Put all confidence in Yahawashi, man. And make sure you call on that name as well in that day, man. Because like it tells you in Proverbs 18:10, the name of the Lord is a strong tower. I mentioned in that scripture as well, man. All right. The name of the Lord is a strong tower. That's what we get. That's our power source right there, man. You know. So anything we do, we got to do it in trusting the Lord, man. You know, even when it comes to, you know, dying for this thing, man. All right. But that's it.
Yeah.
This is Revelations 2:10. Fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. Behold,
we're gonna get that later.
Okay.
Right. But keep reading Daniel 3. All right. So we're gonna get it later, bro.
So verse 20, and he commanded the most mighty men that were in his army to bind Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, and to cast them into the burning fiery furnace. Then these men were bound in their coats, their hosen, and their hats, and their other garments, and were cast into the midst of the burning fiery furnace. Therefore, because the king's commandment was urgent, and the furnace exceeding hot, the flame of the fire slew those men that took up Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego.
Damn. So his men, they got burned the hell up. But it said that, hey, read verse 21 again.
Verse 21, then these men were bound in their coats, their hosen, and their hats, and their other garments, and were cast into the midst of the burning fiery furnace.
So they got thrown in there, man. Man, you got to think, you got this hot-ass fire in front of you, man. Hot as hell, man. You know, and you got these motherfuckers hemming you up, and the king Nebuchadnezzar's like, throw their ass in there. Throw them in there. You know? And then, but you gotta, man, you gotta think about that, man. You gotta be faithful all the way up until that point, man. You know? And they got tossed in there. They got tossed in there thinking they about to burn the hell up. You know? But like it's gonna tell you, man, they not even a little bit of their clothes got singed. You know? But that fire was so high that the men, they got burnt the hell up, because most high with them damn heathens anyway, you know?
You know they was trying to run too. They just like throw them.
Yeah.
Verse 21, then these men were bound in their, 22, therefore because the king's commandment was urgent, and the furnace exceeding hot, the flame of the fire slew those men that took up Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. Yeah. And these three men, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, fell down, bound into the midst of the burning fiery furnace.
Man, that's a miracle right there, man. That is a miracle, man. And the Most High is gonna perform miracles like this, man. You know, not being singed by fire and shit like that if we get thrown in there, man. That's the type of stuff that we gotta look forward to, man. You know, cause those type of miracles gonna happen. All right, like we're gonna continue to read. If you don't bow down, you maintain your trust, man, your integrity, man. All right, this thing is about integrity, man. All right, if you out there preaching about Yahawashi now, then you have to maintain that integrity when the so-called white man comes to you and tries to pretty much persuade you to what's the fucking word, man? Oh, pretty much try to get you to denounce your faith in Yahawashi, man. All right. So pretty much, go ahead.
So then these three men, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, fell down, bound in the midst of the burning fiery furnace. Then Nebuchadnezzar, the king, was astonished and rose up in haste and spake and said unto his counselors, did not we cast three men bound into the midst of the fire? They answered and said unto the king, True, O king.
Yeah, because he didn't hear screaming and shit, you know. It was silent. It was silent, you know. He was like, what the hell? Didn't we just throw somebody in there? Why ain't nobody screaming and hollering, you know? But go ahead.
He answered and said, Lo, I see 4 men loose, walking in the midst of the fire.
So they was good. They was good, you know. Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, but it mentioned that there was 4 men, you know. And that fourth man was Yahawashi, man. That's cold, man. Yahawashi was right there to protect him, man. Give that spiritual power. Put it on them, man, for, you know, a split second, you know, or for how, you know, for the remainder of the time that they were there in that fire, man. You know, you in the midst of a hot ass fire, man. Hot ass fire. But you're not burning up, man, that's gonna bring that's gonna bring your confidence and your faith level it's gonna shoot through the roof, man. You're gonna know for certain that the Lord is with you, man. Man, go ahead.
Walking in the midst of the fire, and they have no hurt, and the form of the fourth is like the Son of God.
Like the Son of God. Like the Son of who's the Son of the Most High, man? Right. That's Yahawashi, man. He's sitting at the right hand of the Most High to deliver us, man. All right? He's the deliverer. That's what his name means. All right? He the deliverer. Okay? Man, go ahead.
26. Then Nebuchadnezzar came near to the mouth of the burning fiery furnace and spake and said, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, ye servants of the Most High Power, come forth and come hither. Then Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego came forth of the midst of the fire. And the princes, governors, and captains, and the king counselors, being gathered together, saw these men upon whose bodies the fire had no power, nor was an hair of their heads singed, neither were their coats changed, nor the smell of fire had passed on them.
They was good, man. Most High had them straight, you know. They should have been burnt up to a crisp, man. Should have been burnt up to a crisp, but they was good, man. The Most High was there to deliver them. And he did deliver them. So you got to think what the mindset of this king is right now, man. Like, oh my, like, damn. Like, their power truly is the true living power, man. And he's going to go into it. Go ahead.
Then Nebuchadnezzar spake and said, Blessed be the power of Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, who has sent his angel and delivered his servants that trusted in him.
Man, read that again from the top.
Then Nebuchadnezzar spake and said, Blessed
See, this is what accounts like this are written for, man. The scriptures say, Romans 15, that all things written aforetime were written for our learning, man. These things were written for our learning because this is a testimony and an account of men who held their integrity, who held their faith in the Lord, man. All right? All the way up until death. Okay? So this is the type of stuff, the type of things we need to be reading, man. All right? And this shows you that, you know, for brothers who are, you know, who may be afraid, because these type of things that we talk about, this is the type of stuff that guys out there is preventing them from coming into this thing, man, because they're afraid of death. But you got to understand that the power of death, the power of the heavens and the earth, the power of life and death, which is Yahawah, he's on our side, man. And there's nothing impossible with Yahawashi, man. Nothing is impossible, man. All right. The so-called white man likes to make it seem like everything has to be logical, and you know, if somebody gets cast in fire, they have to burn because, you know, physiologically, you know, whatever he likes to fucking say, all that, you know, carnal shit he likes to throw out there. But he don't understand that, man. The power of the heavens and the earth, Yahawashi exists, man, and his servants, all right, his servants are going to be protected, man. He's going to protect his servants, man, in that day, man, all right, and protect them from death, man, all right, his elect, all right, first and foremost, okay? So for brothers out there, man, we have nothing to fear, man, all right? We have nothing to fear. The only thing we need to fear is Yahawah, man, all right? And that's it.
I got a scripture. This is Matthew 10:28. It says, "Fear not them."
Go ahead.
It says, Fear not them which can kill the body,
The spirit.
Spirit. Go ahead, bro.
but are not able to kill the soul, but rather fear him which is able to destroy the body and the body in hell.
So both soul and body in hell. Right. So pretty much what this scripture is saying is don't fear the so-called white man and what he can do to you. All right. But fear the Most High. All right, because life and death, the issues of life and death come from or of Yahawah, man. All right. And the scriptures say that no power is given unto man unless Yahawah give it to him, man. Unless it comes from heaven, man. All right. You gotta understand that everything going on earth is of the will of the Lord, man. And if the Lord wants you to be put to death, if the Lord wants the so-called white man to kill you, then that's the Lord's will, man. You know? But at the end of the day, you gotta trust that the Lord is gonna deliver you though. All right? But you gotta maintain your fear in the Most High and not man. All right? Because some guys, they gonna fold, you know, they gonna, all right, I won't, you know, like the brother brought up the account of that movie Kingsman, man. Those dudes, they feared what, you know, man was bringing to them, man. They didn't fear pretty much the Most High, man. All right. Man, that was a spirit. Kind of. Was that on there, right?
Yeah, that was it.
All right, kind of. You got a precept too?
No, I was just gonna say something.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because Esau's gonna want to put that fear on you, you know. But one thing is, he wants, and that's why he's gonna push that RFID, because he wants to tap into the spirit, you know. But the whole thing is that, you know, the Most High is the Father of spirits. I don't know what script that is, but you know, basically, you know, it says, fear not what man can do, you know, but what the Heavenly Father, because only He could destroy your spirit, you know. And you know, overall, I mean, Esau can't destroy your spirit, you know. He doesn't have that ability, but he wants to act like he can put that fear on you so bad where he could actually kill the spirit. And he's going to make examples, and the Most High is going to, you know, he's going to let him do what he do.
Yep. Keep going. Yeah, keep going.
Verse 28, Then Nebuchadnezzar spake and said, Blessed be the power of Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, who hath sent his angel and delivered his servants that trusted in him, and have changed the king's word and yielded their bodies, that they might not serve nor worship any god except their own power.
Boom. And that's basically, you know, where I get the title of this this lesson from, man. You know, the fact that they didn't yield, all right? They didn't yield, all right? It said they didn't yield their bodies, all right? That they might not serve nor worship any god except their own power, man. All right? So this is a commandment, man, and that's exactly what we're not supposed to do. Worship any god, all right? Any idol, any creature, man. All right? We're not supposed to serve the so-called white man, man. All right? We're not. And the scriptures talk about in Romans 11:4, man. Matter of fact, just get it. Romans 11:4. All right? Because the elect, at the end of the day, because you're going to have 2/3 of our people who are going to take this chip, man. All right, because they don't know. First of all, they don't understand the scriptures, man. They don't understand the mark of the beast and the consequences of getting the mark of the beast. All right, and they don't have faith in the Lord, man. All right, our people are totally carnal. They totally trust in the so-called white man, man. All right, actually hit that, and then I get Isaiah 30th chapter. Read that, bro. What you got?
This is Romans 11:4. But what saith the answer of Yahawah unto him? I have reserved to myself 7,000 men who have not bowed the knee to the image of Baal.
Right, because the Most High has men on reserve who are not going to bow down to the so-called white man, man. When it says 7,000, it's not talking about exactly 7,000. All right, because the amount of the elect that's going to be saved, all right, it's first and foremost 144,000, followed by, which is a part of the 1/3 of the nation of Israel, man. All right, so the Most High has men on reserve, all right, elect men who are not going to bow down, all right, to the image of the beast, man, to the image of Baal, which is pretty much the so-called white man, all right, Satan, all right. So they're gonna maintain their faith and their integrity all the way up until the end, man. They're not going to bow down to this man and they're going to serve Yahawashi, stay faithful to him all the way up until to the end, man, even if it means death, all right? But as for 2/3 of our people, some of them, 2/3 of our people, all right, they're gonna take that chip, man, all right? They're gonna take that RFID chip, man, the mark of the beast, all right? Because first they're not gonna know not to, all right? And then all hell's gonna be breaking loose, and the so-called white man is gonna come and be like, look, if you take this, you'll get food, water, and security, and you'll be a normal citizen again, man, all right? And they're gonna just, because they don't have faith in the Lord, they're gonna willingly just take that chip, man, all right? Because they don't know that there's a power in the heavens, man, all right, that has ordained a reward for those that refuse that chip, man, all right? And for them taking that, they're going to be destroyed. Like it tells you in Revelation the 14th chapter, all that take that chip are going to partake in the lake of fire, man, all right? And basically what the lake of fire is, all right, is that is when the Most High, all right, destroys America, okay, in this nuclear holocaust, man, during World War III, all right? Read that Isaiah 30 real quick.
Isaiah 30 and 31?
30 and 1.
30 and 1. This is Isaiah 30 and 1. It says, woe to the rebellious children, said Yahawah.
So, woe, destruction to the rebellious children, said Yahawah. Who are the rebellious children? I just mentioned it, the 2/3 of the nation of Israel, man. All right, these wicked ass niggas out here, these wicked ass Mexicans and Latinos and Native Americans out here, man. All right, who want to continue to revel in this society and be wicked, commit adultery, all right, eat pork, shrimp, crab, and lobster, and just pretty much be in their own spirit, and also be into these religions as well, all right, which are other gods, idols, okay, and to worship and serve the so-called white man, man, in this society, man, being all up into America, man, all right. They're the rebellious children that the Most High is speaking about, man. All right, that don't want to come back to Him, man. All right. Go ahead.
That take counsel, but not of me.
Yeah, they take counsel, but it's not of Yahawashi. It's not of the scriptures, man. All right. Go ahead.
And cover that, and that cover with the covering, but not of the Spirit, that they may add sin to sin.
Yeah, and that's our people, man. They cover with the covering of Egypt, man. They cover with the covering of America, man. And that's why they're into the traditions and the philosophies and the customs of America, man. Of the so-called white man. All right? That's that they've taken off we've discontinued from it, all right? But we're out there actually on the streets trying to give this covering unto them, man. All right, give them the true covering, which is the spiritual garment, which are these scriptures, man. Their true identity, man. But then they're like, oh hell no, I don't want that, man. Give me the covering of America. I like America. All right, that's the mindset of our people, man. But the Most High is saying, well, woe to them, man. Destruction to them, man. If you don't want to come back to me, all right. Go ahead.
This is 2. It says that walk to go down into Egypt.
Yeah, and modern day Egypt is America, okay, because this is a house of our bondage, the place of our captivity. Okay, go ahead.
And have not asked at my mouth to strengthen themselves in the strength of Pharaoh, and to trust in the shadow of Egypt.
And the modern day Pharaoh is talking about the so-called white man, okay? So they strengthen themselves in the strength of Pharaoh, all right? But that's going to be to their detriment at the end, all right? It's going to be for their downfall, all right? Keep going on that.
It says, this is 3, it says, therefore shall the strength of Pharaoh be your shame, and the trust in the shadow of Egypt, and your confusion.
Yep, so the strength of Pharaoh is going to be your shame, man, all right? Trusting in this so-called white man, you're going to be ashamed, man. All right, you're going to know, because the scriptures talk about how you're going to know at the very last minute that a prophet was among you, man. All right, you're going to know that a prophet was among you trying to give you the truth, man, trying to give you the real covering, man. But you chose to integrate with this man's society, man. All right, to continue to be wicked in your ways, man. All right, go ahead.
So this is 4. It says, for his prince were at Zion, Zoan, and his ambassadors came to Hanes. They were all ashamed of the people that could not profit them, nor be an help, nor profit, but a shame and also a reproach.
Right, so basically the point is 2/3 of the nation of Israel for trusting in this so-called white man, all right, you're going to be put to shame, man, all right? You're going to be put to shame, and the ultimate shame is when your ass get put to death, man, all right, horribly, okay? And then you're going to wake up to more shame, man, everlasting shame, man, or just a time where it's going to be it's going to be extended amount of time where you're just going to be shamed, man. You're going to be ashamed of the fact that you took that RFID chip, man. That you chose to bow down to this man, man. All right? Instead of serving your power, man. All right? That's going to be a hell of a shame unto you, man. All right? And a blot, on you when we get to the kingdom, man. All right? Did you have something?
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead.
This is Psalms 118:8. It said, "It is better to trust in the Lord than to put confidence in man. It is better to trust in the Lord than to put confidence in princes."
Say something.
You know, so, you know, put your trust in the Lord, man. You know, like like back in the time of Egypt, there was even some Israelites putting their faith, you know, on the Pharaoh, you know. And in many societies, you see how our people put their faith, you know, here in Babylon, they trust in Esau, man. You're not supposed to trust in that, man. You know, you're supposed to trust in the Lord, you know. And therefore, if you do take that RFID, man, you're saying that you're putting your trust in Esau, that he's going to put you through, you know, he's going to help you out through all your trouble. You're not putting your trust in the Lord. You know, you're making Esau your prince of power. That's basically what you're doing, you know?
Yeah, and the scriptures, now they're going to try to bring up the scriptures, especially these pastors, when they present that chip. You know, these people of these churches, you know, they're going to be pretty much, shit, what's the fucking word, man? Basically, they're going to be deceived, man, by these pastors, man, because they're going to be read, oh, Romans the 13th chapter, oh, you know, obey the powers that be, which is true. You are supposed to obey the powers that be while we're here in this society, right? You know, stop at the red lights, pay your taxes, and all of that shit. All right, but there's an exception, man. There's an exception. Okay, you're supposed to obey the powers that be up until this point, up until that RFID chip, man. All right, because there's a punishment for taking it. All right, because pretty much when you take that chip, all right, the so-called white man, all right, he's pretty much going to have control over your spirit, man, control over your body, man, because there's certain frequencies he can let out into that chip, man, and it can totally change. It's because it's attached to your nervous system in your body, man. All right, so he can push. These motherfuckers can push a button from miles away, from you know, a continent over, and totally change
Your
your emotions and the way you think, man. All right. So that's why the Lord is saying, if you take that chip, I gotta destroy you, man. I have to destroy you. All right, because that's pretty much that person. He's no longer able to control him. He's under control of the so-called white man now. All right. So what were we reading?
I was reading Psalms 118, putting out your trust in the Lord.
Put
your trust in the Lord, Salah.
But pretty much the point is, I brought that Romans 13 up, is because, like I said, these pastors, they're going to try to deceive the people, man. All right, and try to use that as an excuse to take the chip, man. All right, but like I said, you're supposed to obey the powers that be up until a certain point, pretty much, man. But unfortunately, 2/3 of our people, they're going to take the chip anyway because they know not to trust in the Most High. All right, they're not spiritual. All right, and they think America, you know, they think when our hell breaks loose that eventually on the other side, shit is just going to blow over, man. You know, not knowing and understanding that, shit, once you take that chip, missiles is coming, you know, right for you, man. You got your own 200 million missiles is coming, man. All right, that's damn near a missile for every person in America, you know. So you got judgment coming for you, man. All right, if you take that, if you take that chip. All right, that was it on that. Psalms 118. Finish that in Daniel 3.
This is Daniel 3:29. Therefore I make a decree that every people, nation, and language which speak anything amiss against the power of Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego shall be cut in pieces, and their houses shall be made a dunghill, because there is no other power that can deliver after this sort.
Yep.
Then the king promoted Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego in the province of Babylon.
Hey. So there you go, man. You know, so that's pretty much the account I wanted to bring out, which is an account of faith, man. All right, faith and integrity and trust in Yahawashi all the way up until death, man. All right. So the next scripture is Revelation 2:10.
Got that.
Go ahead.
This is Revelations 2:10. It says, "Fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer."
Right, so fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer, because brothers are going to suffer some things. Some of us are going to be thrown into concentration camps. Some of us are going to have to be tortured, man. All right? Some of us are going to be catching all manner of hell, like just being out here. You know, we might be by ourselves out here, man. All right? Just roaming the streets, man, ducking and dodging judgment. All right? But it said, fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. But go ahead.
"Behold, the devil shall cast some you into prison."
Right, so this proves, and we know that there are over 800 concentration camps in America, man. All right? And they have plans. They have, you know, Project Megiddo and all of that set up. They have plans to come after people in certain groups like the so-called Black Hebrew Israelites, man. All right? They're going to try to hem us up, all right? And some of us are going to be cast into prison, man. All right? And there are also accounts, all right, like in the book of Acts, when the disciples, man, they were cast into prison, man. But what happened? The Lord delivered them, man. All right? The Lord sent the angel to release them out of the prison, man. All right? And we got examples in these modern day times with our apostles, man. You know, when they were accused of being terrorists, all right, some of them were arrested, man. All right, and actually put in jail. But what happened? The Lord delivered them out of that, man. All right, because they held their integrity and they maintained their trust in the Most High, man. All right. Like I said, the devil shall cast some of you into prison. All right, which also proves that the devil is a man, man. All right, the devil ain't some you know motherfucker underground, man. All right, the devil incarnate is a so-called white man. All right, he's gonna cast some of us into prison, man, because he's gonna label us terrorists and all that shit, man. All right, and we're dissidents and traitors to, you know, the American government or whatever, you know. So the devil's gonna cast some of us into prison. Go ahead.
"That you may be tried."
That you may be tried. So that's a trial of your faith, man. All right, go ahead.
"And ye shall have tribulation 10 days."
Right, you shall have tribulation 10 days. All right, and the word in 10 days is going into perfection, man. All right, a perfect amount of days. All right, go ahead.
"Be thou faithful unto death, and I will give you thee a crown of life."
Right, so be faithful unto death, man. All right, so be faithful. Whatever you're going through, whatever tribulation and trouble that you're facing, just bear that shit all the way up until to the point where you may have to die, man. All right. Now the Lord may not, you know, you may not die. The Lord may deliver you, man. All right. All the way up until that point where you were delivered, that was just a trial of your faith, man. All right. And also all the way up until the point where you get put to death is a trial of your faith, man. All right. Go ahead.
That was it.
Oh, it said, be thou faithful unto death, and I will give thee a crown of life, man. Meaning we're going to inherit the kingdom of heaven, man. You know, if we live, the Most High is going to save us. You know, we're going to get beamed up into a chariot, and we're going to inherit the kingdom of heaven, man. Take it back to our land and give an everlasting life. All right. Or if we get put to death, man. If we get put to death, we're going to be the first that's going to be risen in those chariots, man. All right. That was it on that. Now, can you grab Revelation 3:10?
This is Revelations 3:10. "Because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I will also keep thee from the hour of temptation."
Right. So since we brothers in this truth, all right, this is going to show and prove that as long as we, you know, as long as we keep doing this work, you know, and keep riding for Yahawashi keep you know, just keep enduring, right? If we keep the word of the Most High's patience, go ahead.
which shall come upon all the earth.
It's like he said, from I also.
I will also keep thee from the hour of temptation.
So the Most High is going to protect us from that time, man. You know, He's going to keep us from the hour of temptation, which is talking about when the so-called white man presents that RFID chip, man. All right, that's what the hour of temptation, and that's coming upon the whole world, man. All right, to try everybody, man. But we know, according to the scriptures, that it's really going to be a trial of our faith, man. If we're, you know, we're the hopeful elect, okay. But the Most High is saying is, look, if you keep my word, I'm going to keep you from that time, man. I'm going to keep you from the hour of temptation. Okay? But go ahead.
Which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth.
Yep, go ahead.
Behold, I will come. Behold, I come quickly. Hold fast which thou hast, that no man take thy crown.
Yeah, hold fast that which thou hast, man. Which is talking about what? This truth, man. We got to hold on to this, man. We got to hold tight to this word, man. All right? No matter what, man. And don't let no man take thy crown. All right? It's been a lot of guys who came into this truth and let men take that crown. Let men persuade them that this ain't the truth, man. Or let some philosophy out that somebody made, all right, basically persuade them from following down this path, man. All right, and now they're out of the truth, man. And now they're going to be pretty much put to death, man. But the Lord is saying, you got to be rooted and built up in this thing, man. Be rooted and founded in this truth, man. All right. It said that no man take thy crown. Go ahead.
Him that overcometh will I make a pillar in the temple of my power, and he shall go no more out. And I will write upon him the name of my power, and the name of the city of my power, which is the new Jerusalem, which cometh down out of heaven from my power, and I will write upon him my new name.
Right, so this is talking about, all right, once our trial of our faith is fulfilled, all right, we're gonna be rescued out of here, man. While everybody's burning up when the missiles coming, we're gonna be saved, man. We're gonna be saved and beamed up into a chariot and taken back to our land again, man. All right, and the Most High is gonna make us a pillar, man. He's gonna make us famous, man. You know, the elect is gonna have all the recognition and the fame and the fortune and the riches. We'll have everything, man. Why? Because we maintained our trust and our faith and our integrity in Yahawashi, and we didn't let we didn't let the will of man, you know, persuade us from pretty much serving the Lord, man. You know, but
I think that was it.
Yeah, that was it on that, man.
Come.
Yeah, so pretty much the point of this video, man, was just to let show brothers that we have examples, man, of brothers who, or you know, our forefathers, you know, who held their integrity, all right, and maintained their faith all the way up until the end, man, and didn't yield to this damn devil, man. All right, so that's pretty much what we need to do in these times as well, man. All right. So with that, we're gonna close it out, man. Lord willing, this was edifying. We're gonna give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahawah,
Ba'Shem, Yahawashi, Ba'Shem Rakakwadash.
We're gonna send double honor to the apostles again and the elders of Great Millstone. And shalom to you brothers that's teaching the word in truth and in sincerity, man. All right. We're going to say Barak Atah Yahawah,
Barak Atah Yahawah,
Barak Atah Yahawashi,
Barak Atah Yahawashi,
Barak Atah Yahawah,
Barak Atah Yahawah,
Barak Atah Yahawashi,
Barak Atah Yahawashi,
Barak Atah Yahawah,
Barak Atah Yahawashi,
Barak Atah Yahawashi,
Barak
Barak Atah
Atah Yahawashi,
Yahawah,
Barak Atah Yahawah,
Barak Atah Yahawashi,
Barak Atah Yahawashi,
Ba'Shem Rakakwadash.
Ba'Shem Rakakwadash.
Say shalom.
Shalom.